this week, a Target store in San Francisco put all, not some, all of its merchandise under lock and key. Yeah, look at this. It is one thing, you know, for shavers, watches, and some appliances or perfume to be behind a locked cabinet at some big box store, but everything? As I looked at the pictures of this and imagined just how expensive it would be to lock every single item up and then have to pay people to unlock those cabinets when a person wanted to purchase an item, I wondered, instead of locking up the merchandise, why don't we lock up the people who are stealing it? Huh? Is that really that hard? I got to tell you, something is messed up in our culture when we can't leave merchandise on the shelves because people will walk up and pull an unpaid grab and go. And don't say, well, that doesn't have any impact on me, because it sure does. It costs money to build locked cabinets for all of the items. It costs a lot of extra money to hire more people to put the merchandise behind a lock and then to fetch an item when a customer wants it. And you know who pays for those extra costs? Here's a clue. It's not the business. Nope, they just raise their prices to reflect the additional cost that's caused by the crimes and the criminals. That's what happens. Well, in other news, Joe Biden formally announced that he is running again for president. It wasn't a surprise to anyone except to Joe Biden, who woke up last Tuesday morning to find out that he's in a video saying that he's running again. Our good friend Ron Hart, the syndicated columnist who is a regular on our show, said it this way, and I quote, "Biden leaned into the microphone this week and declared he's running for president. Unfortunately, it was the microphone at the McDonald's drive-thru as he was ordering a McRib." You gotta love Ron Hart, right? Anyway, President Biden says he wants to finish the job he started. Hey, some of us think it would be better to let someone else start the job. Joe pretty much has finished, like he's almost finished off the country with open borders, going from energy independence to, again, having to beg energy from countries who hate us. Yeah, you know, over 70% of the American people polled say they don't even want Biden to even run, but he's going to do it anyway. My gosh, I might be able to find 30% of the people who want me to run again, but I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. But I guess Biden's been on the side of issues that are against the will and desires of most of the people anyway, so he probably thinks he's providing great leadership. Hey, to quote the great preacher S.M. Lockridge, one of my favorites, he used to say, "Some people think they're leaders, but ain't nobody following them. If you think you're a leader, but nobody is following you, you ain't a leader, you're just out for a walk." Well, if you're worried that President Biden isn't up to the job and have concerns that he would be 86 years old if he were to finish a second term, relax. Because in the bullpen, we have the very deep and thoughtful and articulate Vice President Kamala Harris, who gave this riveting speech that is sure to comfort and motivate all of us.
So I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past, but the future.
I know you feel better knowing that she's just an octogenarian heartbeat away from sitting behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office, where she will be able to reassure us that we are living in the present, but that we will be the future. And our children will also be the future that will help us to prepare for our future, even if our past and the present were difficult. And that's why we will overcome, because we will have contemplated the future and believe that climate change will make our thermostats turn on cooler air in the future. Or maybe the thought of all that just leaves you in a cold sweat at night. I know it does me. Hey, Mike Huckabee here. Listen, if you love your mom, apple pie, and being conservative, you know you ought to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and click the like button, and show all the leftists out there that conservatives are thriving and patriotism is far from dead. Am I pandering too much? No way. I'm just getting started.